Today, royal expert Richard Eden has said that Harry and Meghan's disgraceful treatment of William and Catherine undermined their high-profile commitment to promoting mental health. He said that Meghan and Harry are first-class hypocrites. They preach about the importance of family, forgiveness, and tolerance too, while doing the opposite. On Tuesday, of course, the Duke and Duchess of Hypocrisy showed up in New York to warn of the dangers posed by social media. But in a newsletter for Palace Confidential, Eden suggests that Harry and his wife have done very little to support the mental well-being of his own brother William, the Prince of Wales, and also his lovely wife Catherine. The Daily Mail's diary editor wrote, "The Waleses have had to put up with the most disgraceful personal criticism from Harry and Meghan on television and in Harry's book while being unable to answer back publicly." And he also goes after those sugars of Harry and Meghan, because they allege without any foundation that William and Catherine somehow had failed to support Meghan when she was experiencing some problems of her own as a member of the royal family. Things certainly have changed a lot since 2016, when Prince William, Prince Harry, and Catherine were united as they started their Heads Together campaign to raise awareness of mental illness and associated problems. I still remember when all of them erupted into laughter as they were showing off those blue headbands that runners would wear during the London Marathon in support of their new venture. Eden wrote, "It was the royal trio's biggest joint project for their charity, the Royal Foundation, and the light-hearted launch event was typical of the fun they always seem to have as they work together for good causes. But today, things couldn't be more different. The distance between the couples was not only geographical as they marked World Mental Health Day on Tuesday." William and Catherine, the Prince and Princess of Wales, visited Birmingham, where they held a forum for young people focusing on the importance of really understanding emotions and creating positive relationships with other people. Harry and Meghan, on the other hand, were making their own contribution more than 3,000 miles away in New York. Eden wrote, "William and Catherine have had to put up with more sniping from Harry and Meghan's cheerleaders. They claimed the Wales' concern for mental health issues was only skin deep because they had failed to support Meghan when she was suffering problems of her own. This is grossly unfair," he wrote. "Harry previously praised his brother for encouraging him to seek help when he was suffering mental challenges after serving in Afghanistan. What about William and Catherine's own mental well-being?" At this point, surely there's no one who believes that Harry and Meghan really care about anybody's mental health. I don't even think they care about their own mental health. It's all about self-promotion. They want to be perceived as doing the right thing. For Meghan to announce to an audience of people who had lost children that being a mother is the best thing in the world, how out of touch could she be? How cruel could she be? They just say stuff because they think that's what they're supposed to say. They think if they just say the right thing, then all of a sudden people are finally going to love them. But what people actually want to see are Meghan and Harry doing good things to help other people, meaningful things. What people don't like seeing is the two of them sicking their sugars on anybody who dares to disagree. They need to understand that actions have consequences, and once spoken, ugly words don't magically disappear. And honestly, this brings us right back to the statement they released on Wednesday, condemning all acts of terrorism and brutality after the horrible Hamas attack on Israel. They're pretending to be caring, but at the same time, who are they even showing support for? They were intentionally neutral, I think, in that statement. They didn't want to upset somebody who could be of use to them in the future. I simply do not believe that they were trying to be impartial for some honorable reason. No. I'm sure their reason was selfish as always. In their statement, they also claimed that they were supporting our partners and organizations on the front lines in Israel to provide the urgent aid needed. Well, who exactly are they even providing aid to? They didn't even make that clear. It was word salad as always, and usually their word salad is annoying, but at the same time it's not really dangerous. But this time, the empty word salad is offensive because we're talking about real people, children who are losing their lives. And look, of course they're not the only ones. We're getting a lot of empty platitudes from a lot of different celebrities. But at the same time, Harry and Meghan should know better. Harry was raised to be a royal. Just look at what William and Catherine wrote. Look at what King Charles wrote. They offered meaningful support. Harry and Meghan, though, no, vacant as always. Bono actually did a much better job. So, at one of their residency concerts in Las Vegas, Bono and U2 identified whom they believed to be the victims. They referred to the 260 young people who were murdered at the Supernova Music Festival, the Stars of David, and they even changed up the words of their song Pride to honor those poor people. And I was so proud of you two for doing that because so many celebrities and organizations and people who claim to do good out there, when faced with the terrorism, the crisis that is happening right now in Israel, the murder of Israeli citizens, well, they've been silent. So that gives rise to the suspicion that when they do say something in public about suffering and global injustice, it's all just a gesture. They don't really feel bad for anybody. There's no real compassion. It's all just virtue signaling. There's nothing sincere about it. For example, the Scottish Parliament declined to fly the Israeli flag as an act of solidarity, in spite of the fact that they did fly a rainbow flag to honor victims of a mass shooting at a gay nightclub in Orlando back in 2016. And after Russia invaded Ukraine, they also proudly flew the Ukrainian flag. And please don't misunderstand me. I think they absolutely should have flown that Ukrainian flag and they absolutely should have flown the rainbow flag. But what about the Israeli citizens who have been murdered in their own home? The BBC is not doing any better. They are refusing to refer to Hamas as terrorists, even though that's precisely what they are. Now, Gary Lineker has historically issued tweets highlighting what he believes to be abuses against Palestinians, and so far, not a peep. And what about the fact that they're refusing to light up the Wembley Arch? They lit it up for Ukraine, for France, and for Turkey within just a few days of attacks, but they are not planning to do the same for Israel. What is the reason given? Oh, well, they say it's complicated. I just don't understand why people are not willing to take a stronger stance against Hamas. Why are they not willing to name the organization that is bringing so much terror into the lives of normal Israeli citizens? Look, I don't care what people have to say about the government of Israel. The citizens and the government are two separate entities, and the citizens did nothing to deserve this. So when celebrities like Meghan and Harry issue these empty statements that refuse to even take a stance in a tragedy like this, it shows that there is something truly sick right now in Western society. They care much more about themselves and getting more money than they do about standing up for what is right. So I was proud of the statement that King Charles issued, and I was even more proud when I read the statement that came from Prince William and Princess Catherine. I was so proud of them for not being afraid to take a stance, to say that what Hamas is doing is evil, and to call them by name, and to stand up for the citizens of Israel who deserve our support. And what Charles, William, and Catherine did is good for the monarchy. Because in this day and age, perhaps more than ever, we need the monarchy to stand up for what is right. We need the monarchy to embody everything that is good about humanity. We need the monarchy to be brave when others are acting like cowards. So this week, I was proud of the way that they didn't shy away from this topic. Their statements reminded me that the monarchy is just as relevant today as ever, and the world really does benefit when the British monarchy is strong. And you, what do you think about them? Please let me know your opinion below in the comments. If you preferred our video tonight, don't be afraid to like and share this with your friends who would enjoy it too. And don't forget to subscribe to Kate Middleton and the Queen channel to get more updates in the future. Again, thank you so much for watching, have a lovely evening, and I'll be back to see you all tomorrow.